History remembers the victor, but it never forgets those who vanished. Where the past never dies. They marched into the mist, and were never seen again. That's how the legend begins. A Roman army, proud, disciplined, unstoppable, vanished somewhere beyond the edges of the known world. No messenger returned, no survivor told the tale. Only whispers remained, of men swallowed by the mountains, of tribes that spoke Latin in distant lands, of ghosts marching beneath the northern lights. This is the story of Rome's lost legion, a mystery that has haunted historians for 2,000 years. Some call it the 9th Legion Hispana, others say it was another forgotten force, buried under the sands of history. But whoever they were, their disappearance shaped the fate of an empire, and perhaps even the course of Western civilization itself. Let's go back, to a time when Rome ruled the world. The year was 117 AD, the height of Roman power. Emperor Trajan, the Optimus Princeps, had expanded Rome's borders farther than any before him. The empire stretched from the deserts of Arabia to the misty forests of Britain. Roads, walls, and aqueducts carried the might of Rome across continents. But beyond the northern frontier of Britain lay a world of shadows, a land Rome could never truly tame, Caledonia, known today as Scotland. It was home to fierce tribes like the Caledonii and Picts, warriors who painted their faces blue and fought with a ferocity that terrified even Rome's hardened soldiers. To secure this distant province, Rome stationed one of its most legendary units there, the 9th Legion Hispana. Veterans of Spain, Gaul, and Germania, they had marched beneath the eagles for decades. Their record was glorious, but their fate, tragic. The 9th was commanded by Legate Quintus Petilius Cerealis in earlier campaigns and later by a man named Lucius Aemilius Carus. Stationed at Eboracum, modern-day York, they guarded the frontier, built roads, and fought skirmishes with the local tribes. But sometime between 120 and 130 AD, the 9th Legion simply disappears. No records of their return, no mention of their disbandment, nothing but silence. For centuries, historians puzzled over this mystery. What could wipe out an entire Roman legion? 5,000 men, officers, engineers, medics, even clerks, without leaving a trace. One theory says they marched north to suppress a rebellion in Caledonia. Perhaps a coalition of tribes ambushed them in the mists of the highlands. The Romans might have been surrounded, their standards captured, their bodies left to rot in bogs and forests. Another theory suggests the legion wasn't destroyed in Britain at all, but was later redeployed to the east, to fight the Parthians or the Jewish revolts. There, in the burning deserts of Judea or the plains of Armenia, they might have met their end far from home. But there's something almost mythic about their disappearance in Britain, because it symbolizes more than just a lost army. It represents the limits of Roman power, the moment when even the greatest empire the world had known realized there were lands it could not conquer, peoples it could not break, mysteries it could not explain. Imagine the scene. The 9th Legion, marching north from York in the cold dawn, the air thick with mist, the sound of shields and boots echoing through the valleys. Locals watching from afar, silent, knowing. The legionaries, disciplined but uneasy, feeling the weight of the unknown pressing around them. Days pass. Then weeks. Then, nothing. No message. No survivors. Only rumors drift south, of villages burned, of strange songs in the hills, of Roman armor found beside rivers. The governor sends scouts. They vanish too. The empire, embarrassed and confused, seals the story in silence. Official reports vanish, inscriptions are erased. The 9th's name fades from records, as if Rome itself wanted to forget. But legends have long memories. In medieval chronicles, travelers spoke of strange tribes in northern lands who built roads like the Romans and carried eagles on their banners. In China, centuries later, explorers wrote of villages on the frontier where the people fought in a tight square formation, like the Roman testudo. Some even claimed they were descendants of a Roman legion that had wandered east after being captured. Could it be possible? Did survivors of the 9th Legion make it all the way across Asia, settling in distant lands far beyond Rome's reach? It sounds impossible, yet history is full of impossible things. In 1955, archaeologists discovered evidence of a Roman-style fortress near the Chinese city of Liqian, modern Gansu province. Ancient Chinese texts mentioned a strange army of foreigners captured after a great battle centuries before, men who fought in a formation described as a fish-scale pattern. Many historians have linked this to the Roman testudo. DNA studies in the region even revealed traces of European ancestry among locals, fueling the theory that lost Roman soldiers had indeed settled there. So, could the Lost Legion have crossed the entire continent, from Britain to China? Perhaps not all of them, but maybe, just maybe, a few survived long enough to make history in ways Rome never imagined. But to understand their fate, we must understand their world, the world of the Roman soldier. The life of a legionary was harsh and unforgiving. Discipline was absolute. A man who disobeyed orders could be executed by his comrades. Training was constant. They marched 20 miles a day, built forts every night, and fought brutal battles in armor that weighed 30 kilograms. Yet, they were also the backbone of civilization. Wherever they went, they built roads, towns, baths, temples. The Roman Empire expanded not just through conquest, but through construction. In Britain, the legions carved order into chaos. They built Hadrian's Wall, a massive stone barrier stretching across the island, a symbol of where Rome ended and barbarian lands began. But when the ninth vanished, Rome realized something. Some frontiers could not be tamed. The empire began to consolidate. Emperor Hadrian, Trajan's successor, ordered the wall built to keep the tribes at bay. Many historians now believe that the disappearance of the Ninth Legion was the direct reason for Hadrian's Wall, a border that marked the limit of Roman ambition. So, in a way, their loss changed the shape of the empire forever. Even centuries later, the story of the Lost Legion inspired generations. It became a legend of courage and tragedy, of men who followed their eagle into oblivion. Writers, filmmakers, and historians retold their tale, each adding new layers of mystery. The truth may never be fully known. Perhaps the ninth was destroyed in a single, brutal ambush. Perhaps they were quietly disbanded and absorbed into other legions. Or perhaps, just perhaps, their descendants still walk the earth in some far-off land, unaware of the empire that birthed them. But what's certain is this: their disappearance left a mark that echoes through time. For in the end, the Ninth Legion's story is not just about loss, it's about the fragility of even the mightiest power, the moment when empire meets the unknown, and vanishes into legend.